Hello guys, welcome to Javaism, and in this video we are going to talk about importance of toString. So basically toString is really very important some of the places. Okay, so we are going to learn about like what is the toStrings and how we can use the toString in our project and what is the benefit with that. Okay, because some of the time the interviewer will ask you directly, hey, do you know what is the use of toStrings? Okay, what is the benefit of it, why we are writing a toStrings, everything. Okay, so you have to aware about it. We know the toString is available in object class or string classes also, they will override it also, but still we have to know about it, like how it will work. Okay, so let's just start now. So basically in Java, let me open my ledger here, then I will show you clearly. Okay, so if you see clearly here in Java, the toString method is named, defined in the object class. Clear? Which is the root class of all the classes. I hope you know about it, all those things. Like object class is a root class or parent class of all those classes, whatever the class will exist in the Java. Okay, but still it is inherited by the every classes you create in your Java classes. The toString method is used to return a string representations of the object. So basically the powerful, why toString is a powerful, like they will return whatever the object you have, they will return your all object in the form of the string. Okay, so because of that, that is very powerful, and easily we can see like what is the our object, what is the data, how it will look like, everything. Okay, so in that case toString is really very important. Okay, by default, if you don't override the method in your own class, for example, I am developing some of the classes, and I have some user class, I have some entity class like a customers, and in those class I have not override, I have not provided the toString method, then what will happen? I'm not able to see my data correctly in the log also, in the whatever the you are doing debugging also, in that you can face the problems. Okay, so by default when you don't override the method in your own classes, it will return a string containing the class name and the object of the hash code. So I hope you know like what is the hash code and how hash code will generate and how it will return the hash code. We have already talked about inside the collections, right? Collections maps we can say. So basically hash code means whatever the object you have, and those object does not have any what, if those objects does not have any toString method, then it will not print the your object data. What it will do, it will print some hash code containing with the class name, that's it. However, the real power of toStrings comes into the play when you override your own classes. By providing your own implementations of the toStrings, you can return a meaningful and human readable representations of your object. So this line is very important. Whenever you override or if you implement toString method in your class, what it will do, it will provide the data as a meaningful human readable representations of object state, and this is particularly useful for the debugging, logging and displaying information to the users. So in the debugging also it's a very useful, in the logging also very useful, and while displaying some of the data in some places, that is also very important. Okay, okay, if you see some of the examples I have written in the slide also, here is the example how you might override the toString method in the custom classes. So for example, we have a one person class, class having a two variables name or age, and you can create your constructor, getter, setter, whatever, but make sure to override toString method. If you not override these toString methods, So those data which is name or age, it will not print with the help of the toString. You get only class name dot hash code. Now if you create a person object and call its toString method, it will return a string with the person name and the age readable format. Okay, for example, if you create any person object like that, and if you try to call it person dot toString with the object name, it will print all those data in like that. Output is person, study braces open, name alias, age is 13, like that it will print. So it will look good. This can be very helpful for debugging purpose, as you can easily see the state of your object without having the manually inspect each of the field. Additionally, some library and framework use like a toString representation when they converting an object to the string, such as logging an error or printing an object informations. Okay, so those things you can do, but let's do the practical so that you can understand, okay, what exactly I am saying. So for example, I'm going to create one class here. The class name is person. Okay, and this person having a two field, which is I'm going to create, which is private. Okay, int id you can take. Okay, private int, not int, it should be a string, and name we can take, and also we have to store the age of this particular person. Okay, so I'm going to take one int, let's take, and I will give the age, correct. And I'm going to create some constructor getter setters. Okay, so let me go to the source. Okay, generate toString. I don't want as of now, so first I will generate getter setter. Okay, so if you see here, getter setter is generated for that. Okay, get id, set id, get name, set name, get age, set age. This is the getter setter. I want one constructor for creating an object, so what I can do, otherwise I don't want those field also. Okay, I don't want those field, I can directly create an object for that, so I can remove those also. I can create just constructor. Okay, because only constructor I required. So go to the field. So using a field, I can create one constructors. Okay, so my constructor is ready. Let me maximize it. Okay, so my constructor is ready. This is my person class, and person class having a one constructor to creating an object. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, here I'm going to create a class. I'm going to create a main method first. So this is the main method. Inside the main method, I will create one person object, per person, p equal to new person. Okay, and then after I will pass the ID of the person is 101. I will pass the name of the person is Prince Kumar. Let's give. Okay, and I will give the name called Prince, PRINC, Prince, and age I will give 25. Okay, so this is the one person's object I have created, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to call sout. Okay, and I will write here p dot toString, because I want to display my p object in the string format. Okay, let's see what will happen. So once I call these methods, and let me give the close bracket also. Okay, and once I run this, you can see the output, but before going to run, let me minimize it, and then after run it as a Java applications. So once I run, you can see this is the hash code with the class name. So it's given the first package name, then class name, and then hash code, right? Correct. This is the hash code they have printed. while giving a name without implementing toString method in our class. Okay, I will return each and everything. Okay, so this is the right now we are getting the data, but that is not readable. We can't read it, those data. You are able to see here com.to.tstrings, those data we are not able to read it. Okay, so what will happen is here we are reading the person object but not person location but not exact data. So what we can do, in our class we can override one toString methods. Which one? toString methods, and this method will take the id, name or age. Okay, and this is the automatically override, which is toString. Here you can change the format. If you don't want the class name, remove it. If you want just id, name or age, like that you can put. So you can customize based on your requirement toStrings methods, and you can display it. So I don't want to customize anything. I just want to run again. I have not done anything here, just same things it's available. I'm just going to run here, and once I run, you can see now it's giving the data. Let me paste here. After overriding the toString methods, what is the output, guys? You can see here. It's a very clear and very readable, like person having an ID 101, name is Prince and age is 25. So it's a very readable. So it means that for the human as a developer, we can easily guess like which object we have called, what is the object data. So internally it will help in the debugging part also. Internally it will help inside the while doing a log data. For example, in our application we have to use the slf4j logger. So that time so many places we are printing the object, like object name like p.toStrings, and we are printing inside the log. So that time in the log we can easily see what is the person we have called, what is the persons we are calling, each and everything. So that time it's a very important. Okay guys, so don't forget it. And while designing a patterns of the log4j, definitely toString is very important. So whatever I'm going to teach you now, the project level. If you create any model classes or entity classes which you have to display inside the log, okay, or whatever the classes you want to display and debug it, in that classes whatever the variables you have created constructor, in the same way you can create one toStrings also. It's a very helpful, and it's a good design of the project also. Okay, so don't forget to create a toString method, because if you put the toString method, then only you can see those data, okay, directly. Otherwise it's not possible. It will just give you what is the class name and what is the persons or hash code. That's it. But through that you can't identify what is the person, what is the things is going on, and what is the issue. Okay, so that is the pure importance of the what toString method. So here clearly I have mentioned this can be very helpful for the debugging purpose, as you can easily see the state of your object without having the manually inspect each field. Additionally, some library and framework use the toString like log4j, slf4j, and representation when converting an object to the string, such as logging errors or printing object informations. Thank you so much. Please like and subscribe. Okay, don't forget it. Thank you so much.